With a robust public hunting program and several big game species to choose from, I seem to find myself back in Utah year after year. And this year, I've got mule deer on my mind. Because of their keen senses and difficult habitat, mule deer are one of the most coveted spot and stalk trophies for a bow hunter. And it's safe to say, I've caught the fever. And there is no better cure for such an ailment than the mountains that frame in the small town of Vernal, Utah. But first, I have to meet my guide, Josh Horrocks, to finish some last-minute state business. Josh.
Hey, Greg.
How's it going, man? How the deer looking?
Oh, they look good. Look good this year, so we'll have a lot of fun.
I know it can vary 10 inches on antler growth based off of water out in this country.
Yeah, this is desert, so.
That's good. I've got my Utah license, so now all I need is the permit then?
Yeah, here's the landowner voucher.
Okay.
Just fill it out and give it to those ladies.
Okay, that's simple enough.
They'll give you a license to kill.
Well, there we go. We intend to punch it too. A homegrown Utah native, Josh Horrocks is all-American. Known for breeding prize hounds, he spends his winters chasing cougars, spring chasing bears, and his late summers and fall scouring the rolling hills for elk and mule deer. For 2 years in a row, I have been blessed to fill my tags with amazing trophies. But if anyone can put me on my third, it's Josh Horrocks. My last 2 harvests have required some long shots. 2 years ago in Utah's Paunsaugunt, my shot opportunity came at 83 yards. And even the muley wanted it to be a closer encounter. And last year in the mountains of Nevada, I reached out to 67 yards. Even though it worked out, I don't like to take the long shots. But years of practice has given me the confidence to make those seemingly impossible shots. But between the sage valleys and the timbered peaks, I'm hoping this year we can close the distance. In sports, they say you've achieved a hat trick only when you accomplish a feat 3 times in a row. And with this being my 3rd consecutive archery mule deer hunt, I've come for my hat trick.
Hey, nice.
Tell you what, this bow is shooting extremely well. You know, going into the first hunt every year, you're always shooting the best, right? Shooting every single day, getting everything dialed in. I mean, this kicks off the fall hunting season, so no excuses.
Have it dialed in.
Yeah, so I noticed when we were driving in, you got that old building up front. Any historical significance to that?
Yeah, it's the old homestead cabin from when the family moved in this country in the upper 1840s.
Few families can boast roots as deep as Josh's. Homesteaded in the 1840s as a sheep farm, the Horrocks name is a staple in the mountains of northern Utah. They have a long-standing reputation as traders, ranchers, and trappers. But taming the wilderness wasn't their only challenge. This was outlaw country. Butch Cassidy and his gang would use the unique terrain as a hideout for parts of the year. Horrocks family lore has it that they would host dinner for Butch Cassidy in hopes he wouldn't steal their sheep. So did you grow up in this exact ranch here, or did you grow up just outside of here?
Yeah, we grew up here. Right
Did you?
here.
So you've been hunting and fishing these hills your whole life?
Yeah, this is where the blood runs thick.
Well, I noticed when we drove in today, there's a lot of deer and a lot of elk. Did you have that much game here when you were growing up?
No, when I was younger, there wasn't as much. The wildlife didn't have the value that it does now. Anybody could just buy a tag and hunt, you know, so if you seen something legal, you killed it. But about 14 years ago, they made it a limited entry unit where you had to draw a tag, and they started giving the landowners vouchers for the given amount of acreage that they owned in the limited entry unit to kind of compensate them for the deer and elk in the area that are, you know, eating their feed, tearing down their fences, and drinking their water, you know. And ever since then, the landowners started taking care of the
Their
wildlife.
opinions changed, didn't it?
Yeah, now they take care of them. They make more money off their wildlife than they do their livestock, you know what I mean?
Well, and they created a renewable resource, right?
Right.
So the landowner has value, the hunter has an experience, you know, and everybody can enjoy the wildlife. So that's It's a good
benefit.
program.
Yeah.
So where do you think we're going to find these mule deer? Up in the mountains here, or more down on these sage flats?
You know, this time of year, these velvet bucks, they seem to kind of be out in the rolling sagebrush hills more. Bad thing is, you know, is you get the buck you want and he's got 20 other bucks around him this time.
Odd eyeballs.
And it's pretty dry right now with all the other grass, so it's gonna be a little bit country, you know, take our shoes off, walk in our socks, do what we can, you know. Got a lot of sage grouse around here, you run into them, they fly up, they you know, alert the mule deer. They call them mule deer for a reason. They're big old mule ears on them. They can hear everything, you know.
Yeah, I'm just about dialed in here. I'll be ready for tomorrow.
Dang, that bow can shoot.
I'm ready.
That'll work.
Let's get after it. When it comes to spot and stalk mule deer hunting, the first step is always the same. Cover as much ground as possible. Early season has lots of advantages. Not only are the bucks in velvet, but they're also on their summer feeding patterns. But the downside is that they are often in their bachelor groups, meaning lots of extra eyeballs. But the elusiveness of the mule deer isn't the only challenge. The Great American Eclipse is scheduled to cover close to 90% of the sun. While I'm used to adapting to random situations on a hunt, this is unknown territory. And if it goes to 90% dark, you would think they would do something.
I don't know, it should be interesting.
You look about in any direction and find a deer. The question is it the right deer?
Gotta sort through a lot of mule deer to find the old biggin.
That's the truth, too.
You know what, Greg, if you want to sit here and watch these deer, I might loop around, get in another position and take a look. That sound like a good plan?
Yeah, I don't have any cell service, so if you need me, I've got my Garmin.
Okay.
And then I'll know to pack up and get ready. Or likewise, if I pick out any of our target bucks out here and we think we can put a stalk on them, I'll send you a message on your phone.
Sound good. Yeah, that'll be good.
Okay. See you in a few hours. These deer certainly seem to be on their feet. Whether it's because of the clips, who knows? But what I do know, this place is special. I have never seen so many mule deer in one place. While it can be discouraging seeing so many deer and still no target bucks, I remind myself that it's just a numbers game. The more we see, the more ground we cover, the better our odds are of finding the right one. Sure enough, it finally happens. After splitting up and covering lots of ground, I think we finally spotted a potential shooter. Josh has seen him before and refers to him as Calico for the unique way his winter hair is growing in. Yeah, I would say from what we've seen, he's our target buck right there.
He just got some awesome character going on.
And that's what I like about him, right? You typically don't see all those end lines and the kickers and everything going on.
You just don't find a lot of mule deer like that.
No. Well, what's the plan?
It's starting to get dark.
Right now, we have not pressured him, and there's no reason to educate him right now.
We spent all the time to find him. We definitely don't want to bump him.
Exactly. I say we jump in the Yamaha and go fire that Traeger up.
Hey, that sounds like a good idea to me.
There's nothing like a spark of hope to get you back on your game and ready for action. After spotting a target buck here yesterday, who we call Calico, I'm on high alert for any sign of movement. It isn't Calico, but I spot a nice mature buck that's worth moving in on. As they say, that's why it's called hunting. First stalk of the day, and maybe I rushed it. There are just too many eyes. But more attempts just means more opportunities for success. Thick black clouds are moving in, bringing in both rain and dark. It's time to head back. Again, without an animal. We've lost a lot of time chasing muleys through the brush and bramble of Utah. Time that we can't get back. Maybe harvesting 2 monster mule deer in back-to-back years was enough to run my luck dry. After all, we are never guaranteed our goals. We can only try our best. And that's exactly what I plan to do.
Wait a minute, Greg. Yep, that's him. That's Calico.
That wind's gonna be perfect.
Oh yeah.
Right from him to us.
Yep. Dude, let's do it.
We've worked all week to get to this one spot. Anything I have to worry about in the bottom of that ravine is to stay pretty thick.
Watch for sage chickens.
So when I slip up, when I hit that little bit of open pocket right there where that yellow grass is,
Yep.
then I know I'll be just above him, and then he'll be just to the north of me, and I'll probably be 75 yards from him.
I'd imagine if you hit that opening, you'd be within 75.
Okay, good. Yeah, just swing back, pick me up.
I'll have eyes on you.
Okay, see ya. 84 yards. So much for a shorter shot this year. Those nights spent at the range and tuning arrows paid off.
Painted red.
Oh, that is
There
so
you go.
awesome, man.
Be that.
You got him.
Is that an incredible stalk? When he cut up that hill, I knew I was close. But he ran, he circled around the rim, and then he dropped into that ravine. Then I lost him. Let's get out before the storm hits us, and sunrise.
We'll be here.
We'll be here.
It'll be a long night.
I know it. I think he turned around and went downhill.
It don't look like it. Oh.
Oh, we got antlers. Go put our hands on him.
Good things take time. Great things take time, persistence, and a little bit of luck. This buck was worth every herd we lost to the dusty hillsides and speckled brush of Utah's terrain. But persistence has paid off, and I've landed my hat trick. Perseverance is the bedrock of success, whether you're on a hunt, managing a business, or raising a family. For myself and fellow hunt masters, it's in terrain like this that character is forged. It's where we learn fortitude in the face of adversity. And that keeps us coming back for more.